this video, I want to answer the question, what is a baseline? A baseline is the final approved version of a project plan, and its schedule, its budget, and its scope are then known as baselines. Baseline budget, baseline schedule, and baseline scope. These are the versions against which you will measure all progress and deviations against your project plan. Of the many formal definitions that you'll find for baseline, there are two that I particularly like. Those of the 7th edition of the Project Management Body of Knowledge and Prince 2. The 7th edition of the PMI's Guide to the Project Management Body of Knowledge describes a baseline as the approved version of a work product used as a basis for comparison to actual results. In the 2017 edition of the Prince 2 guide, we find the definition of a baseline as the reference against which an entity is monitored and controlled. A baseline is created at the start of a project or at the start of a stage of a project. And once we have it, we can use it as the basis for monitoring and controlling our project. However, if there is a significant disruption in the project, such that the baseline is now no longer an appropriate basis for that monitoring and control, we may take the time to re-baseline. That is, to step back and create a new baseline for either the project or the stage in the project. The most common form of rebaselining is reactive rebaselining. That is, we recreate a new baseline in response to unexpected events. The alternative is proactive baselining. In this case, we know that at a certain point in the project, there will be something that will happen where we can't predict the outcome. If the outcome can significantly change the decisions we're going to need to make or the approach we're going to need to take, then it makes sense to plan for a rebaselining activity after the outcome of that uncertain event. Once we have some certainty, we can then rebaseline with confidence. Baselining is implemented in the more sophisticated project management software. In this software, we find that baseline data is stored and therefore can be used for comparison with actual data. At any point in the project, we can compare our updated version of the plan against the baseline. That way we can continually replan to handle minor contingencies and yet maintain the baseline and know how far our planning is drifting from our original baseline plan. And once again, I'd like to emphasize that this can apply not only to the schedule, for which it is most often used, but also to the budget and indeed the scope, because scope will change through even the most traditional predictive of projects through the process of change control. For those who are interested in linguistics, then baseline is most commonly used as a noun, a baseline, but we also use it as a verb, to baseline our project. Most commonly, we baseline scope, schedule, and budget. The initial scope baseline is usually expressed through a work breakdown structure or a work breakdown structure dictionary. Our baseline schedule is reflected in a program of work activities over time, and our baseline budget is an initial statement of costs for our project. Our baseline budget usually includes contingency, but it tends to exclude management reserves, which are outside of the direct control of the project team. If the level of costs rises too far above the baseline, probably if it's starting to exceed the contingency, then the project team needs to reconsider the project business case and investment appraisal. However, less commonly, we can also baseline other aspects of our project. A performance measurement baseline integrates the three main aspects of schedule, budget, and scope and is therefore used for measuring performance of your project, often using earned value management as the prime methodology. A risk baseline establishes the level of risk of the project right at the outset. As the project progresses, you would hope and expect that the level of risk will diminish. However, if unexpected events cause the level of risk to rise above the baseline, once again, we need to reevaluate the project's business case or investment appraisal. If, as you should be, you're also actively managing your benefits, then you may establish a benefits baseline at the outset too. This is usually documented in a signed-off benefits case, which sets out the benefits we anticipate from the project. Once again, if changes cause the expected level of benefits to dip below the baseline, we need to reassess the business case. It's also worth noting that the benefits case is not completely independent of the budget and indeed the risk assessment. Therefore, we might also consider creating a value baseline by combining benefits with costs and risk. This is not a trivial activity, and therefore, for most projects, you'll tend to keep them separate. The final kind of baseline that is used with any degree of frequency is a product baseline. This sets out the initial specification and design of the product or product set that the project is creating. And of course, as the design changes or the specifications change through a process of change control, we track changes to the product or products through configuration management. If these changes have an impact on the level of benefit that the product or products can create, then once again, we need to re-examine the business case if the level of benefits dips below baseline. So, a baseline in project management is very much the same as a baseline in common usage. It is a foundational measure of something important against which we can monitor our performance and therefore make decisions to implement changes when we need to. Please do give this video a like if you've learned from it. I'll be creating loads more great project management content for you, so please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you don't miss any of it. And I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.